So you got into a fight on your way to the studio?
Not a fight. Not a fight. Many cops, all of them that were in the neighborhood.
An altercation.
An altercation, misunderstanding. I'll take the blame for the misunderstanding. I will take the blame. Well, actually, you never know. I might be right, but I misunderstood because it's his fault. Okay.
Can I start it off?
Actually, you say the story. You tell us.
So I show up, Mike. And I see cop cars in front. I'm like, oh, these motherfucking cops trying to start shit.
A few cop cars, not one cop car. There's a militia in front of a studio.
So I'm like, oh shit, these motherfuckers trying to start shit. So I pull back all sneakily and shit, park somewhere a little further, and as I'm walking, I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. So finally I show up to the building and there's nobody in there. One of the doors are open. I'm like, this is strange. So I walk in.
And there's nobody in the cars when you showed up.
Yeah, nobody in the cop cars. So I walk in, take the elevator, go up. Nothing. I'm like, okay, whatever. I had spoken to this guy.
You didn't have spoke. He called me and said there's a bunch of cops over in the building. And then I said, they're trying to silence us. Yeah. This is it. This is communism. Fuck that. I got in my car. I go, we'll see who's going to get fucking silenced. It's his fault for not explaining.
You got all amped up, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting. He's taking a little bit long. So I'm like, fuck.
Shouldn't you have called him back when you saw it was nothing?
Perhaps he should have.
Him, look, don't fucking start yelling at the cops. They're probably here because there's a criminal in the building.
Perhaps he should have. That would have been the logical course, Mike. Hindsight 2020.
Well, because he was already on his way, so I'm like, I had to go to the bathroom, everything, set everything up. So I'm like, so then I'm sitting there and I'm like, then I realized fuck, he's taking a little bit too long. so then I waited in front of the door in case you called me, something happened, whatever.
I need assistance.
And then you come up,
full amped,
and then now you take over.
Oh yeah, because basically when I was down, I show up and I'm looking around, I go, what the fuck are all these cops? What's going on here, you know? So I go to open the door of the studio and a bunch of dudes were coming out, these black guys, Arab guys, all guys I don't know. So then I was already upset. I go, why is everyone in the building in the middle of the night? Not everyone could be authorized. You know, we're authorized because we're recording. That's the law. They said les captations are allowed if they're live, right? I'm just following the law. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm already pissed off. And then they walk out. They're walking out, these guys, and no cops. I don't see any cops. And I go to pull the door, and I notice that the door wasn't closed. So I'm like, what the fuck? Why is the door not closed? So I look up, and I see they put that little hook thing inside to block the door from closing so it doesn't automatically lock. So I get fucking angry. So I pull it out and I'm staring at the guys. You know, this is it right here. And I'm staring at the guys like, what the fuck is this? You know, why were you guys trying to break into the building? But as I'm looking at them like this, I look at the thing and it says police. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? The cops are trying to break in here. So I turn around to the cops in the car and I was like, oh, police, yeah, it's mine now. And I put it in my pocket and I walk into the building. I was very angry, perhaps not the best decision to make. And then as soon as I walk in, then the door of the stairs inside bursts open and cops come out yelling out there. I'm like, what the fuck's happening? So they're all wearing their masks. I wasn't. And I was agitated because I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? Why is everyone in this fucking building right now in the middle of the night? They're like, why are the cops here? It's not even 8 o'clock. So I go up to the cops instead of walking from them. And I go in French, but I'll say it in English now for people. And I'm like, what's going on? Is there a fucking problem here? And then the lady cop was like, no, like Jesus Christ. Like, no, there's no problem here. And I was like, all right. And I'm pointing towards the door. So then they walk out. And then I was angry. I come up. I tell Poseidon, go lock the doors. He goes, locks the doors of the building, comes up. And then we're thinking about it. We're sitting. And I was like, wait a second. Those guys, did they go in the stairs? Because I thought they were here. He was like, there was nobody here. So did they go in the stairs because somebody called them and they kicked out people that broke into the building, like a bunch of youths? And then I stole the cop stuff. Like I was mad. I was getting angry with the cops for no fucking reason. Like I just made enemies with the guys that are in the neighborhood who are going to catch me as soon as I leave here. And then Poseidon's like, yeah, maybe that might be what happened. I didn't know. I was just so agitated. I thought, they're trying to silence us, trying to do this. I was so pissed off. I just yelled at everyone.
It's weird that they have their, it's written police on that little clamp thing.
Yeah, and they have their number here. They have their little. I'm gonna find. I don't know. Do I give it back to them? Is it?
Look, to be honest, I thought they were trying to start shit too.
I thought they were trying to start shit. I thought people were breaking in. I thought it was.
I'm like, fuck. It's almost 8. There's 3 cops outside. There's 3 cop cars. I'm like, this is not good.
I could have handled this better, is what we're saying. I could have handled this way better.
I think you handled it all right.
You handled it exactly like every viral video starts. That's, when you see those videos of cops like fucking roughing up a guy, and you're like, how did that start? It started exactly like you described it.
It's because I was thinking about, we walk in and I was telling him, it's one of those things, there's time and place for big dick energy. This wasn't the time nor the place. I could have asked a question. I could have been like, hey, you guys need help? What's going on here? I got my studio here. I could have, but instead I was like, what the fuck's going on? Just yelling at her, this is mine now. Like as if the cops are a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
You're gonna put me on timeout, I'll put you on timeout, motherfuckers.
But all this because of fucking him. Because the way he told me, I thought that they were coming. It was some kind of like a government silencing shutdown.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I have my fucking papers. We're allowed to be here. These are the rules.
Well, that's what I thought.
So that's why I was pissed off.
Well, here's the thing. You always got to think worst case scenario.
Well, in this case, worst case scenario could have got me beaten with nightsticks.
Worst case scenario with like 20 cops.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Doesn't end well.
You know, dude, it's a good thing I didn't invite Preach tonight. We would have taken such a beating.
Yeah.
As soon as I took the thing, it's like he would have been like, "What are you doing?" Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. So yeah, idiot privilege. Work today.